SEA's best major placement was that Fnatic at TI6. They
Was
got
it like top 4?
Top 3, I think.
Top 3, okay.
If I'm not
Either
mistaken.
way, yeah, SEA very hungry for
It's
a
about that
tournament
time.
victory, or even just a grand final appearance. And we are underway now. Smokes on both sides. Let's talk about the lineups, because Jenkins brought it up. So did the panel.
Yep.
I was convinced Medusa would be off lane, which I guess either way it's countered, right?
It's a pretty counter Medusa, but this is another thing where I think the Pango, Lion, and Beastmaster come through pretty nicely. So Lion is going to counteract the SD counter a little bit, because you can just zap away the Illusion Slayer with Hex and also the Shard mana drain. You have Pango to help out with the team fight, and Beastmaster, of course, to try and help miCKe like through this mid-game timing. But Talon have played this anti-mage versus Medusa countless times, maybe even the most out of any team.
Yeah.
So these early laning stages for both side lanes in both lineups is like incredibly crucial.
So we should, let's talk about the anti-mage, because it's only been played once in the entire tournament, which is a little bit surprising to me, because this was like the counter to Medusa when she was beyond broken.
Yeah.
Now she's just
Broken.
kind of broken.
Pretty good, yeah.
But yeah, being able to first to that and then ban out whatever the hell you want to protect your lanes. We'll see how this works out for Jabz and company, but you're right. It does feel like it's going to be a tough Medusa game.
It is just like the nature of the longer tournaments go. Like even yesterday we saw Spirit open up like Faceless Void on 6-7 as well, where Medusa was not really picked on first pick or 6-7 like this, but Liquid going into this game with a strategy. As Talon will get to bust out the first offlane anti-mage against Medusa. Last time this 0-1 it was played as
There's
scary.
3 members of Talon here trying to get a first blood situation. iNSaNiA does not quite get blocked by the disruption. Good attempt from Talon. Go through the gate to be able to reconnect with the lanes properly, as iNSaNiA has to fight through images of himself. We'll live through the day. So, okay, again, back to the anti-mage.
Yeah.
Because it is the cool here. I cannot believe I'm calling anti-mage cool.
Offlane anti-mage is cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to feel bad saying it.
Do you buy Diffusal? Because that was a thing for a while.
You can. Like so you're gonna go for like some Wraithband Vanguard, and then you kind of go from there. You check if you go Treads Manta, or maybe you want to go Treads Diffusal if you want to go for some crazy good mid-game timing. But I do think that Liquid were aware that this AM can come out, because AM's first few minutes of the laning stage is incredibly important, and I think that's also a big reason why they cover it with this Elder Titan.
Right. Yep, ET, of course, always going up in popularity the deeper you get into tournaments, because he just gives you so much space and Roche control and just massive team fight. And of course, dissuades the other team from picking agi heroes in a lot of cases.
Yep.
We will be seeing the Monkey King, of course, from 23 Savage. But yeah, we'll see how the laning stage goes for each respective team, because, I mean, do you think one team or the other needs to get off to a better start, or do you think the drafts are close enough that it's not as crucial?
They're pretty close, and it is important for both teams to have a good start, but it's more like if one team has like one very decisive side lane, like I would say if this anti-mage dumps on this Medusa down bottom, Talon are in an incredibly good spot. And what Liquid need to try to have happen for them is that bottom lane goes like somewhat even, or maybe they win it. But the one I'm looking at is Zion as Beastmaster. Like this hero in your early and mid game, he is gonna be your carry if he has a good early game, because he will help you with all the towers, help you push the game forward, help you take Roche. He's 23.
Yeah, wanted to go on Boxi, but Boxi
Brian
felt it inside him. Yeah, the boar
is dead.
Mr. Brian has died. Pet number 1, I believe. As I'm seeing a lot of default couriers in such a prestigious tournament deep inside. And you know, all these players have a lot of money. Begs the question, why have they not purchased any cosmetics for these couriers?
Yeah, maybe then they wouldn't kill them so often.
That's
true.
true.
They would care more about it.
The little babies. That's Mikoto. Haven't really talked about this lane, but the Wind Ranger versus Nisha on the Pango. And relatively even right now, 12-5 to the 11-2. I do think, okay, let's say if you were the captain of this team or the coach for Talon, would you buy Diffusal on AM and Wind Ranger, or neither, or one of?
If you buy it on any, it's like your Monkey and AM. But I think one of them is enough. I don't think you need it on Mikoto.
3 Diffusals.
You don't need to buy Diffusal. I mean, you can buy 4 if you want. I do like, you want a bit more lockdown. You want this Atos, Gleipnir, so maybe some mid-game BKB as well on your Wind Ranger to kind of just keep it going. Where also, one thing I need to mention is Mikoto in the matches yesterday, and maybe all the last matches before as well, he's been popping off. like multiple 10-0, 8-0 games. So I'm also looking at him to maybe, try and push forward.
Yeah, he's been destroying. And you can see Q. This is another pseudo counter to the Medusa. Maybe not so much at the moment because the illusions are not super powerful. But the more stat items you buy, the more powerful those illusions will become inevitably.
Yep.
And you kind of can't. I mean, there used to be an old strat where you would just not buy stat items. You'd buy just right-clicky, BKB type things. I mean, we kind of see that a bit from
Medusa. Go buy Rapiers.
Yeah. The fact that you get the mana shield inherently now makes it a lot different, I feel like.
I mean, they did kind of look at it with the covering of Boxi. I think it's going to be his job later to make sure that miCKe just doesn't get destroyed by these illusions. Because I would say all 6 cores in this game are pretty happy. Like, when you are playing this anti-mage, you want to get to this Ring of Health into a slightly earlier Vanguard. And yeah, just every single core kind of getting what they want here.
And if you're from Talon's perspective, obviously they did play against Liquid the other day, and it was... I know it's been talked about to death, how that transpired. Do you think that this experience is going to help them in this best of 3? Because so far, in the 2 best of 3s they played since, they have crushed. Like, it has not really been that close.
I feel like it can only help them, especially after they played well. After what happened to them, I think it only made this team stronger, like some anime power, as I've never seen this. iNSaNiA spawned his spirit and ran it through the twin gate, and now it's coming from top back to bottom.
Yeah. I thought we saw that this tournament.
We did?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. That's some nerdy stuff. I love it.
Yeah, he's going to get a ton of damage. Of course, he can only do it so often. He also, you want to line it up with the creeps as well. Yeah.
He did spot out Ollie, who's making a nice move down bottom. Of course, the
84 damage, good.
The 5-minute moves with the siege creep. It's also nighttime. You've got the blood grenades going as even 23 Savage. We've got the whole family down here.
Yeah. Unfortunately for iNSaNiA, not able to actually utilize that extra massive damage. So Talon wasting a bit of time trying to chase him out.
This is definitely very good for Talon. Like, if you have a small opportunity down here where Jabz gets to farm more than miCKe, or like he gets to speed up his Vanguard, like once you have it, you can slowly bust out this Medusa out of the lane, and you can already see miCKe. He's kind of going back and forth.
6-minute rune. Nisha is going to use his ult to secure the Arcane. Well worth it.
Pretty damn good for him as he gets the Arcane rune. So he's just going to be chilling a little bit, and I would say Zai as well. We saw this yesterday, or let's see.
Helm of Iron stacks are up, along with the Tombstone Blood Grenade used as well as Boxi TPs in to control 23 Savage. So not really a very good attempt here from Talon.
I mean, the Helm of Iron Will this early on, it just does a lot for Beastmaster. It like more than doubles your armor as well. So Zai going to be A-okay up here. Nisha probably going to be waiting for his next ult with the Arcane rune. And that was one of these first tier 1 towers. Like, this is another reason why Pango is so great with these summon heroes. You can easily rotate up top and maybe help Nisha take this Talon tier 1 safe lane tower later.
Yeah, as the 7-minute wisdom runes are about to spawn. And ooh, iNSaNiA trying to go for a steal.
There's a disruption, of course.
Yeah.
Lots of TPs.
Couple TPs, so iNSaNiA is spotted, won't bother trying to get that wisdom rune. He's going to get surrounded. Echo Stomp coming, but canceled by 23 Savage. So making the rotation over.
First blood.
7 minutes. First blood. I actually forgot that you could kill people in Dota until now. But I think this is something that we do see in these like extremely important games. Yeah. Teams are just a little bit more passive early on.
That's 23 with a nice TP. I wasn't too sure if that was going to be worth it, but does get himself the first blood. Of course, this does open up the top lane a little bit for Zai, which we touched on earlier. But he's been having a phenomenal tournament, and Beastmaster, if this hero gets off to a good start, he is scary.
And you can see the wraparound here. miCKe might be in some trouble.
Scan connects at the very end.
Yeah, true. And you can see the rest of Liquid now on the way. This might actually turn into a little mini fight. And smoke from iNSaNiA on the backside. Q will end up popping it, get some vision now. It is nighttime as a lot of damage being applied to miCKe, a lot of mana drain as well, but Nisha coming in with the Rolling Thunder, Echo Stomp, and now the save from Q. And Jabz will be able to blink away. They will be able to kill the Tombstone, and Q will go down to the briefcase, man. It's all business here for iNSaNiA. They bring a lot of heroes down here, so they only get the 1 kill, and Talon get nothing out of it.
It's honestly good. Ooh, 23.
I may have spoken too early. 23 Savage getting controlled. Boxi's going to die. Focus fire onto Nisha as Ollie making his transition over as well. Swatch to the other side, but they find the vision, and Mikoto's focus fire continuing on. 23 Savage, pretty low, but he gets off the Wukong's command, and Nisha does drop with the help of the power shot. Now iNSaNiA looks to be next. Mana Boy doing exactly 0 damage, it looked like, as the double kill comes out for Mikoto.
Big moves by Talon here. It looked like Liquid were going to have a great smoke down bottom, right, to help defend the tower. Well, you have Zai pushing up the top lane.
Level one Mana Boy is one of just an awful spell.
Yeah, it's
Truly
pretty
awful.
It's pretty awkward, right? If you get it on the Medusa later without the mana, that's pretty good. But I love how Talon are playing, like this fast pace kind of tempo. I feel like in the last few days we've seen a bit of a switcheroo when it comes to the early game. Lots of twin gates, even from like just your carries. As both these teams, they play a lot of Monkey King. They know what's up.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool to see that. I mean, this patch has been out for quite a while in terms of not like the letter patch, but the big patch, the new Journey patch, or whatever the hell it's called. With the gates, because the gates haven't been changed really at all, and we're still seeing teams adjust and create new strategies around it. As it looks like both tier 1s will be traded, the top and bottom respectively.
Oh, Talon off to a good start. Do have the net worth lead, and Jabz off to a very, very good start. Of course, we've mentioned he's got the Vanguard. Getting closer to Treads. I don't know if they're coming or if he's close to them, but either way, like Medusa being kicked out of the lane earlier now than perhaps usual. On top of the nerfs, like now your split shot is only level 2. So miCKe is going to have to kind of screw off into the top area of the map. So say he's too unhappy, but still hurts this game a bit.
When you pick an offlane anti-mage, and we kind of see this with maybe Axe being the most comparable example. Well, maybe not even that, because Axe is at least an initiator. You don't really have an aura builder, you don't have an initiator. Like, is that... You can see a roar come out onto the other side of the map.
Good kill.
Looks like Q will take a tumble. But could you look at that as a negative aspect of the lineup that Liquid can try to take advantage of?
Well, kind of, but the thing is, he's still kind of owning one of the win conditions from the Radiant team, and even though you don't have auras, Anti-Mage, if played very well from the offlane role, he's still kind of a tanky hero that can go in first. He doesn't give you the lockdown, but he gives you the body, because he has the magic resistance, the Vanguard, and I mean, this is where Liquid will have to push forward later with the Beast and Medusa. Like, I think their minute 20 to 25 will be stronger than Talon, even if they're slightly behind.
There's a Helmet Dom onto Zai, of course, going for the eventual Overlord. And he's having a very good game, like you talked about. It's important for Liquid that he does so. Top 2 net worth right now.
And I think that Talon know this, which is why they want to smoke up there. I do think that Boxi was kind of pinging it out, as currently he's trying to pull the lane back to give Zai a better position, then maybe also break the smoke. I mean, at least for now, Liquid are reading this move. Like, they know you need to destroy or try to slow down this Beast Master from minute 10 to 15. So good job from Liquid reading the smoke.
Indeed. Atos now picked up by Mikoto, and that's exactly what that smoke was designed to do, is find somebody and kind of reveal the new item from him. It's been a very popular item on a lot of mid heroes.
He's just so good on his
By a lot, I mean
heroes.
Windrunner and Snapfire.
I mean, I guess Meepo.
Yeah, true, true.
Even don't know what happened to that hero, but he certainly died off a little bit.
Yeah, it felt like he was having a lot of success early in the tournament, and then...
He was the talk of the town, and then
he
just kept getting dunked on.
Yeah. It's funny because they just keep adding new things for that hero to be able to survive. It's apparently
still
not
too hard.
Still. Yeah.
Game slowing down a little bit in terms of pace here, as the active rune will come out once more, of course, minute 12 here. Nisha's a little late on this. Even 23
Regen
here.
rune for Mikoto. Still has the shield rune activated. Very slow-paced game to start.
Liquid are fairly happy with the state of the game. I think if it doesn't like go more out of control in terms of the net worth, if they can get more levels and you get to this Helm of Overlord, you get to the Diffusal Blade timing, and you kind of try to force a Roshan fight before Talon gets some of their core item timings, I think they'll be pretty happy. Even with a slight net worth deficit, your tempo and pace later is going to be really strong.
And then for Talon, what's their game plan? Are they waiting for... I'm assuming some BKBs are on the way, or at least trying to be developed here.
I mean, they're still quite far away from some of those. I would say when you play the offlane AM like this, you're looking for more skirmishy fights, like 2v2s and kind of 3v3s. Maybe around this nighttime, you can look to make another one of these smokes with Mikoto. Maybe you get the AM in there and you try to invade somewhere. But I don't really think they're necessarily on a big-ass timer themselves on Talon. It's just more about making sure you get the most out of the map, since Liquid are kind of just doing the same.
And from Talon, it actually, BKB is a bit of an awkward item because there's Roar, there's Stone Gaze, there's Earth Splitter. Like, but you kind of have to get it against a Lion and Pango.
I think Talon, oh, there's the smoke that we touched on. They did also bring Jabz into this one, so I do like it. He's also drawing out that if there's a fight, maybe you guys should come over with miCKe and SD.
Yep, Zai, I believe he's spotted. The boars reveal themselves, but they find the Elder Titan first.
Tombstone.
Shackle into the focus fire. Tombstone placed as well. It's going to be an easy pickoff onto the support. Obviously, they'd rather have gotten Zai. So I think Liquid not too sad about that happening.
Both teams pretty happy with that. You get to use your heroes with Talon, your Atos, you get a kill, you get some experience, but at the same time, Liquid get to protect the king of the game right now, which is Zai on his Beastmaster. Triple stack Ancients. So, I mean, we said it in the laning stage, but even now, all 6 cores are incredibly happy in this game. There's only 500 difference between number 1 and number 6.
How often do we say that?
Never. Barely ever, I think.
Both teams seem to be okay with just trading. Just farm. Okay, you farm here, I'll farm there. We'll do a gank occasionally to kill a support, but everybody else is very happy.
Yeah, like here it's more about, so both teams are fairly happy with the state of the game, but it's gonna be on Liquid within like the next 4 or 5 minutes, or in rather like 3, 4, 5 minutes to speed it up and really like just pressure up the pace of the game.
We're gonna have a smoke from Liquid onto 2 members. It's gonna be, I believe, the diffusal reveal.
Yeah, and the haste rune as well on the Nisha man, who's queuing up a blink next. I do like that. You want to have the counter team fight around the game. Into all these illusions, the Monkey King, the anti-mage.
Man, both teams so good at knowing when these smokes are out.
I guess if you're Jabz here, you probably just go Manta style. Like maybe you just make sure that you can continue to play the map here if you're Talon, and I think you just try to go for the scale. If you, let's say you all in some Diffusal Blade, I could see that idea as well from Jabz, but then it kind of means that they're going to be looking to fight in the next couple minutes, and I don't know if that's going to be that easy here into this Liquid draft.
We might finally have a push here onto the tier 1 mid as Liquid have the Helmet Dom creep. Or is that an Overlord already?
I think that's Dom. He's close to the Overlord. As Liquid, we've seen this plenty of times now, kind of around the time where you would like to go Roche. You try to take the enemy safe lane tower, you try to take the enemy mid tier 1. Now they can slowly rotate back up top. As it is nighttime, Roshan is up here.
You missed one objective when you said all that.
What did I? Tormentor?
That's right.
Yeah, 50-minute Tormentor, guys.
4 minutes away.
It's Torment time.
Manta is picked up now by miCKe.
So Echo Maelstrom is going to be the choice here by 23. It's going to help you play the map and help you with some of the scaling as well. Jabz did queue up the Manta style, does now have the Yasha, so it is, I would say it is quite clear how Talon will want to play this game. You're going to have a Tricore, you're going to look to scale, and Liquid, sure, you're not too happy if the game drags out, but you're hitting some of these crazy timings where you're going to want to shut down the map a little bit, take some outer towers, get his first Aegis on the map.
And miCKe will be going for a Butterfly next.
It's going to be a good one.
For the side of Talon, Jabz, of course, again, if you're just joining us, offlane AM. We'll be going for Manta himself as he's going to blink out just as Nisha uses the ult. So no connection found, and again, just dodging fight after fight. And it's not just Talon. Liquid have been doing the same on the other side.
It's not the easiest for both teams to kind of catch each other, right? You can see that they're playing very well on the map. They're evading moves. And Boxi doesn't have a blink yet. Nisha doesn't have a blink yet. So once those come out, it will help them. But Talon, probably fairly happy with just what's happening on the map, right? Jabz continues to farm top, dodges all the rolls. But here, you've got the 70-minute Roche from Liquid. And it looks like Talon are looking to TP. This is a hard contest for sure. So you're going to have to bust out some really good gameplay here.
Yeah, they don't have Pango roll, they know that, but Roche already at half HP thanks to Zai.
I mean, if they surprise them, there's no miCKe here.
Yeah, that's true. Power shot's gonna reveal everything. Are they actually gonna stay in the pit? Will they commit to Roche? No. They're gonna back away. Flesh Golem pop by Ollie. As a Swash not really gonna connect on anything here, as the fight kind of scattered. So both sides just very hesitant to actually commit to anything as miCKe does TP in for a Roche off on Roche #1, which is not that common.
Well, so Talon are delaying this fight. I would be surprised if Liquid back off here after all of it. Flash Golem was used. Tombstone was actually on cooldown as well, so...
Yeah, and now Nisha will have ulted 5 after all that.
It's still on Liquid to take back the area and try to take this fight. I do think they are stronger, so let's see how Talon will respond to this one.
Smoke from Liquid, trying to find somebody. Just one pickoff might even be enough, as Ollie getting slowed by Brian the Boar. Echo Stomp is there, and down he goes to the Black Dragon.
Looks like that will be Roche, but I just love some of these plays. Like, even for Talon, this is not a very high percentage play, but there's definitely scenarios where if you catch Liquid slip in there, you can catch him by surprise and maybe take this Roche, but either way, you only lose one guy. Jabz goes straight back to bottom, Mikoto goes to mid. They're both happy, and Liquid, they get themselves those Aegis.
Roche #1 going the way of Liquid. Aegis on Nisha. And he's got a blink, so, I mean, I would assume that means they're going to want to fight. A lot of times we see the Aghanim Scepter after the defusal for the mid lane Pango, but opting to not do so. So going for the more initiator route, utility.
Both teams playing on each other's wards. Nisha,
oh, you steal a token there? All right.
Easy token steal. As I do like that you're going for the blink here on Nisha rather. Like, you have some of the scaling already right now, right? You've got the Beastmaster who's very strong. You have a super fat Medusa as well. It's more on you like to really try and catch Talon around the map, because they're still incredibly happy. We've talked about their scaling and it's not really ending. Ollie.
Yep, he's spotted and killed very quickly.
Not the nicest thing when you play Undying and you just run into some summons and a Beastmaster Roar. Mikoto even just using Focus Fire to farm out the Ancients. So it's really showing you the state of the game. You just want to keep farming, get the scale going.
Yeah, such a change of pace from what we've been used to in this tournament. And I wonder if it has to... Do you think it's more about how deep they are now and how important these games are becoming, as opposed to just the lineups inherently being this way? Because I feel like other than the AM, like, we've seen lineups like this before, and the aggression has just been non-stop in a lot of the games.
It's both how deep you are in the tournament, but also the nature of the lineups and the fact that you're just playing against some of the best players in the world. Like, Talon tried to go for more aggressive plays, but Liquid dodged it, and same way, kind of the other way around.
They've been reading each other like a book. Tormentor at the 20-minute mark, 30 seconds to spare. And Q's gonna get it, so we get the Demonic Cleanse, which this game, lucky shot, it'll take off.
It will take off quite a few things. Like, it's pretty good. You've got the lucky shot, defusal slow.
If miCKe gets Ags, does it take off Stone Form? Like when you use the Mystic?
It probably should. And I think also since SD purchased a strong Dispel, it should take off Hex from Lion, which is pretty damn good. And overall, just having the heal too. Because you have heroes that want to go in and they want to stay in with the AM, with the Monkey, with the Wind Ranger. I like what Liquid are doing though. Speeding up the pace of the game. You're getting close to miCKe's Butterfly as well, and just slowly but surely gaining more map control. Because Talon's tower damage is not really that great.
Yeah, I think the Demonic Cleanse is just a basic Dispel, so I don't think it's going to do anything to Hex.
Then it will not do that.
That would be pretty unbelievably OP. That would be like a Photic Shield just constantly on you, right? And then a heal after the fact. Butterfly from Medusa. So miCKe, I mean, he's not going, he didn't go Scotty, so I'm actually very interested in what his next item is going to be, because he does have to worry about the AM eventually.
I mean, you could just go all out. I could see him go for like just straight up damage, because if you want to speed up the pace of the game, I think you could do that with just like some Chrysalis Silver Edge or straight up Daedalus, but we'll see what he thinks. Surely he must know better than me, idiot analyst.
Maybe.
Surely. As another tier 2 just going down. Because sure, on Talon, you've got the scale and you're killing all the creeps, but I think eventually they'll have to think about how to defend the high ground. As the high ground defense, of course, isn't too bad. You've got the SD, you've got the quick blocks.
Hitting an entire zoo of units. And there's the fortification. Tier 3 already at half HP. Liquid, will they stick around? Obviously the Aegis is there for quite a while on Nisha.
BKB is completed on 23, as even Jabz might be, so he's currently queuing up a BKB, so it looks like that all Talon want to do is itemize to win this one fight. And honestly, if you manage to win this one decisively, it puts you in a really good position.
Yeah, they place down the Tombstone to slow this down as well. As you can see, Jabz was pushing the top lane, gets his BKB, so I think that is probably go time for Talon. They're going to lose their tier 3 tower. Their Rax is exposed. Tombstone eventually falls. And there's the jump in for 23 Savage. Gets a roar off though onto him. Looking for the Wukong's command. Finally will come out as Nisha going to the backline with the Rolling Thunder, but the disruption will save him. 23 Savage getting fingered, but he's going to be able to walk away as Boxi goes down to the focus fire. Jabz really deep. Gets off his BKB and will not die as a result. So after all that, 1 kill on a support. But Talon do defend.
Well, Talon get to hold. Okay, it looked a little bit dicey actually. It's 23 in that fight. He did drop kind of low.
Jabz went really deep. I assume he tried to assassinate miCKe.
He went like mega deep. I think he was on the supports at first, and then he was kind of trying to man up on miCKe, but this butterfly, sure, you've got some BKBs to man up, but it's not that easy to hit into miCKe here with a really nice roar from Zai. Even before the Wukongs comes up with a beautiful shackle from Mikoto. And you can see Jabz, he's kind of like in the backline here, but his damage isn't the best yet. He needs another 1-2 items here on this anti-mage.
Yeah, missed 50% of his attacks there against miCKe. Unfortunate for him. And back to the farming, although we have a smoke from Talon. See if they're able to find anybody. Perhaps just for wards.
23 doesn't mind going BKB here, as he does need it for the fights, but I feel like maybe Jabz wanted a little more out of this first BKB usage, or hopefully before the next fight he can squeeze in his own Manta style. Because he will be a menace in this game if he does get to like Manta Skadi or Manta Basher.
Oh, I thought he had Manta. Okay, so he switched it up to get the BKB first.
Like they were all inning this defense.
Oh, Gleipnir finding Zai. Shackle shot is there.
His BKB's flying out.
He gets Demonic Purge as well as Mikoto getting beat down by Gilbert the Golem. And here comes the Rolling Thunder from Nisha. Not finding any connections yet. As 23 Savage ready to go on the trees. Looks like they will find the Undying. So Ollie will take a fall. 3K lead for Liquid.
Got a lot of big items once again. Zai's got the BKB. You have, miCKe has got his Dragon Lance. It's going to help you with some more high grounding early stats, and the Crystal is queued up next. There's a 3K lead on Radiant, but in terms of their strength, I think this is more... Oh.
iNSaNiA dies randomly.
Oh, nice play by 23. Like getting this kill and cutting this wave right as Liquid just want to run down mid. Really heads up play.
Zai, you can see he's TPing to the other side.
Oh, they scan him out.
They get a Hawk coming out here soon. They get the axes. There's the Hex. 23 Savage is too deep. Gets punished for being... Oh, did he pop BKB as well?
That looked
yes, he did. Oh my goodness. All right. Mistakes made from 23 Savage, all to assassinate the position 5 Elder Titan.
Well, it looked good until Liquid just kind of have the read that, you know, they want to keep farming, split pushing. He's going to be here, and they do catch him off guard now. 4K lead, and I don't really see what stops it now from going up the high ground. Even if 23 respawns, right? They must have heard the BKB.
Yeah. I do believe they did. Now BKB up for Mikoto. As I don't see what's stopping them. I mean, they don't have the Aegis, but they can definitely poke. Surprised they're not going through the mid lane, though.
Well, I guess the summons are going through the mid lane as Gilbert whacking away.
He's doing a serviceable job for his masters. 5K lead for Liquid as now the Monkey King is back.
Gilbert.
But, oh boy. That's a full focus fire just for the Golem. Down it goes. 250 gold away of Mikoto. But they know this BKB is down. At least I assume so. We'll see if they try and fight on the Liquid side.
I mean, there's a way where you just play the map cleanly here, at least for Liquid. You're going to hawk up Roche and see, you know, the moment it spawns, you're going to force a fight there again. Because your Roche fight is still disgusting. You've got the Bongo Boots on iNSaNiA, you've got all the Beast Auras. And miCKe, even though he's playing into counters, I would say with his item timings and the heroes he has around him, it doesn't matter that he's countered, because they need more items on the Dire side. You need MKBs, Manta Styles. Even 23 is queuing up a Diffusal Blade, so they're really going all in to try and win this one fight later in the game.
It is a pretty late spawn from Roche. Just under 2 minutes now. And Talon, they're going to smoke up and try to take a fight, which they haven't been able to take any fight yet. Closest to that was that high ground defense that we just witnessed. It's miCKe.
See miCKe.
He's actually alone, but does have teammates in the jungle. Oh, focus fires there. miCKe gets off the Stone Gaze. There's the Shackle to connect. But now the teammates are able to come by as Jabz getting off his BKB, but the roar from Zai is going to be used onto Mikoto as Boxi getting pursued by Jabz. That's going to be the first here to likely die. He does drop Wukong's command on the backside, going to get canceled, going to use it now finally. Rolling Thunder from Nisha, not going to be able to connect too much, gets out the roll up, trying to kill off Jabz here as 23 Savage doing a ton of damage. They kill off miCKe, they kill off Zai, and that's going to be a buyback onto the Lion as Jabz trying to get more out of it, but this is an AM. They need the Monkey King. They will be able to get iNSaNiA as well. So a big fight for Talon.
That's 4 kills and a buyback as they will eventually, or...
Spoke too soon, perhaps.
23.
No. Decay is there.
Looking for another one.
Strike finding Boxi as well. This is going to be a dieback for him. And just like that, Talon winning this fight handily. They didn't lose anybody.
Well, they got 5 kills out of this fight. Now you have the Diffusal Blade on 23. You're getting closer to your next item on Mikoto and Jabz. He's also got 3k gold saved up. Like, you could go straight up Manta. You could go into an Abyss Blade if you want to be really sneaky. Nisha is barely going to try to get out as Talon just catching Liquid off guard there. Like, if you just have these few seconds to stick onto miCKe, you've got all the mana burns, great shackle from Mikoto.
Yeah, Roche is going to be up in 10 seconds. Will that be enough time for them to take it without Liquid intervening?
I guess there's an ET spirit. I do think Talon would love to start roaching and kind of like set up the area.
And iNSaNiA getting ready to get to that side of the map.
So
Pretty fortunate for Liquid that this is a late spawn.
They will have the Hawk vision there as well. So Talon, after this last fight, they must feel very good about the fights that are to come. So I would certainly expect them to contest. This will be a Roche off.
Q on the other side, the Swash not gonna hit anything, and now into the pit Liquid goes. They have the vision advantage with Astral Spirit, with Hawks, with everything. And we hear the Rolling Thunder going out. They're trying to take out this AM so that Medusa can actually do something. Nice disruption for the save, and Jabz gets off his BKB. Now trying to kill off Boxi, but it has to blink away. Lifening onto several heroes. They're going to lose their Shadow Demon to start. Trying to get off the Wukong's command is 23 Savage, but he gets hexed. He gets stunned.
So much damage.
Doesn't have the damage. He pops his BKB and dies right after again. And now Mikoto trying to do as much as he can to Nisha, but he's going to have to run away because they are completely outnumbered. And Jabz, oh, they find him trying to TP out, and he gets destroyed. And Liquid, now that Roche is on the Radiant side, will try to get down there as fast as possible to secure their second Roche.
Oh, Boxi carried that fight so nicely. The Hex on 23 before the Wukong's comes out with the late blink on the high ground to also find Jabz on the TP. Because this looked good in the start for Talon. Like, Jabz gets out there using all their spells. You could maybe disengage. But Nisha finds Q here on the sideline, and here Boxi coming in clutch to just keep the fight going.
And this is the second time 23 Savage pops the BKB with like 50 HP and then just dies. Very unfortunate for Talon.
Very back and forth game as here Boxi finds him with the high ground blink. And this is second Roche into Liquid's hands. They needed this.
Yeah, so Aegis again for miCKe. That's your high ground offensive woman. Snake woman.
Snake lady woman.
And the cheese is going to be on Nisha this time. Well, this time being the first, because it is second.
That is true. This time around, oh, it could be Torment time on the way to the high ground.
Is it up?
It is up.
That one already. Oh,
miCKe did swap his item build to a Linken's against this Mana Void or potential Shackles, so we'll see.
They're not going to bother, knowing Liquid.
That's true. I mean, you want to go into this high ground. You're up 5k, you've got this Aegis, I don't blame them.
And you have the siege as well. Jabz being spotted by the Hawk.
By Harry the Hawk. Slightly out of range. It's actually on the money.
Right, man.
Nope.
Oh, okay. You're just in the
hitbox of Harry's too big.
Hitbox the Hawk. That's his name. The shackle onto the Black Dragon, which is doing a lot of the damage here to this tier 3 tower. Pop the Linken's as miCKe still feeling very safe at the Aegis. They take the tier 3 and now focusing on the barracks. 23 Savage and company definitely want to try to contest this.
Jabz in the back.
Jabz is already there. Super far back. He gets roared in the BKB form. 23 Savage trying to get up Wukong's command, but he's going to get destroyed again. That's 3 to make it 4. As Talon may have just lost game 1 just like that. This is going to be a second set. Or they're going to get 2 sets at the very least. Probably Megas, if not just go for Throne.
I think this is a triple set into poke tier 4. So what can Jabz do alone here? He's got no BKB. Even they're just leaving the creeps to finish up the racks. You've got a buyback on your SD, but that's about it.
That's not going to be enough. As the illusions will take out the second, and yeah, Liquid are going to get mega creeps. No fortification in sight for Talon. And it feels like it's just several team fights that 23Savage just not being able to get off his Wukong's command. And even if he does, he's super low HP and they can just burst him down.
I mean, Liquid are pressuring you into these fights, but if you're Talon, you probably would rather try to smoke around and take this fight instead of just fighting from the front, blinking in with your anti-mage. But now, that may have been your last fight of the game. I mean, they are holding for 23.
Yep, they're trying. 10 more seconds. AC online.
AC
for
Daedalus.
Zai. And yeah, Daedalus for miCKe. This is going to be even harder as the first tier 4 falls. miCKe and company resetting a bit to get these items in their inventory. But again, Aegis has 2.5 minutes. So much time for this second life.
They can just keep going. Talon here, ooh, good Hex.
Yeah, disruption is there. Nisha get us off the Rolling Thunder. 23Savage is going to get stunned eventually. He's there. The Echo Stomp going to connect, and they're going to be able to take out Mikoto immediately. No way to get back into the game. Stone Gaze doesn't matter. GG's called, and Liquid, in very sudden fashion, just win this game, number 1.
This is what I love about Pro Dota, and